Well, greetings. It's Pete the Rector. It's a glorious sunny afternoon. Bit of bird song, church bell, lawnmower in the background. Thought I'd just introduce you to my chickens. I can remember their names. We have Snowy, we have Sylvie, we have Shadow, and we have Sky Amber. They all have to begin with S apparently, and Shadow, that's because that's one of the words that Molly has just learnt. They seem to be settling in well. Did have a slightly hairy moment a bit earlier on when I was popping into the run to make some adjustments, and I forgot foolishly to close the door behind me securely, and Shadow, quick as a flash, and decided that the grass was greener, made a bid for freedom, and I think much to the neighbours' amusement, a couple of minutes it took to chase around and finally get Shadow back into safety. They're all secured, and I won't make that mistake again. The chickens, of course, haven't got a clue about coronavirus or about COVID-19. They've got no concept of social distancing either, clearly. But what do you make of this situation that we're in? All sorts of different feelings and emotions, ups and downs. But what do you reckon that God makes of this pandemic? Thankfully, we know that God never wants to leave us in the dark. He has spoken, and he continues to speak to us in his word. And so that's why, starting on the 3rd of May, Sunday the 3rd of May, we're beginning a sermon series called Where is God in the Pandemic? Where is God in the Pandemic? Our main 10 o'clock service will still go out in audio format, but there'll be sermons also available in video format, which we can post or share on YouTube and Facebook. Please also watch this space for details of Zoom meetings where we can talk more about these things and also invite others in on the conversation. So as you chat to local friends, family and neighbours, why not mention this series? It's being prepared with everyone in mind. And I'd love you to direct others who aren't normally part of our church to dip in. Please also keep an eye out for details of our United Benefice 24 hours of prayer from the 4th to the 5th of May as we start this series. Don't panic, it's not as scary as it sounds, but we want to set aside time to ask God to work powerfully in many people's lives. I'd love as many of you as possible to get involved. Well, we continue with night prayer, prayer hubs, and virtual tea and coffee opportunities. Whether you zoom in or dial in, we'd love to see or hear you. Well, finally, happy St. George's Day. We don't know much about good old St. George, but he seemed to do a pretty good job in tackling that dragon. And we're seeking to tackle this present dragon, the unseen, ugly, threatening virus. But as we do so, let's continue to pull together, serving each other and our communities sacrificially. And as we do so, brothers and sisters, let's lean on the Lord Jesus, who has won the victory over death. Complete confidence we can only find truly in him.